following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening and welcome from Baldwin City, Kansas, where tonight it's the opening round of the Class 4A Sub-State final here as Baldwin's going to host Labette County. The Grizzlies come in at 9-11, Baldwin at 13-7. They host the Grizzlies tonight. The only matchup between these two teams in recent history came in a similar situation in the Sub-State Championship game 3 years ago in March of 2020. Baldwin won that game 44-32, so the Bulldogs going to look to replicate that tonight. We'll be back with more on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Be right back.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
State Farm Insurance Agent Codiano is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Codiano State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Codiano, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Welcome back here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank, Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. Back here getting you all set for the opening round, which also happens to be the semifinals of the Sub-State tournament here in 4A. You can see the bracket up on your screen there. Baldwin, the 6th seed, taking on Labette County here tonight. Also, the 3 seed Independence plays Eudora tonight, starting at the same time. That game's going to have a lot of impact depending on what happens here tonight as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we come up, but time now we'll take a little bit of a look back at Baldwin, their season so far, the road to the postseason. They come in playing pretty good basketball, Bryce. They won 5 of their last 6, but hit a little bit of a hiccup last Friday night, lost that game 50-38 against Bonner Springs right here at home. But this is a place at home where they seem to play a lot better. They like to shoot the ball here at home, and they're going to be looking to shoot the ball well tonight here against Labette County, who comes in. They're a pretty good matchup for Baldwin, not overly sized. We haven't seen, a whole lot of that this year, but it should be a pretty good game tonight and a good matchup for Baldwin.
Yeah, and that Bonner Springs game, yes, they lost it into their 5-game winning streak, but I felt like they played well enough in that game to keep some of that momentum. It wasn't a game that they just laid an egg in. Sometimes that happens, and then it just kind of deflates the momentum that they had built. That's a good Bonner Springs team, one of the best teams in the state in Class 5A. They contended with them all night long and ended up losing that ball game, but I still feel like they ended this season strong. They're ready for this postseason, 8-3 since January 17th, and 6 of those 8 wins came on the road. So as you mentioned, yes, they're glad to be back home, but they've proven that they're tested. They went on the road, were able to win in some tough environments. So certainly glad to be back here in their home gym. And the upper seed, that's what happens. You earn that top seed. They're going to be Eudora fans tonight. That's not very often the Baldwin's going to root for Eudora, but they're certainly going to do that tonight. But first and foremost, they've got to take care of their business. This is not a game that you could just walk through and win. Labette County, a 9-win team this year, and they're a team, Ryan, that has a pedigree of success. This is a program that's not only been to the state tournament just last year, but they've been to 7 of the last 9 state tournaments. Now, they've lost a lot of seniors from those groups, so this version of Labette County is a little bit different than some of those state tournament teams, but it's a program that has just bred success, and anytime you have a team like that just feels like this time of year they win, they're a dangerous team, so Baldwin's going to have to play well tonight.
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned 7 of the last 9 state tournaments Labette County has participated in, the 25 all-time compared to 14 all-time for Baldwin, so they're going to be trying for number 15. They have won the state tournament 3 times, and Labette County has never won it. They've been the runners-up twice in 05 and 01, but Baldwin going to be looking to start that journey towards Salina. They got 2 games they got to win, but it all starts tonight here against Labette County. We're going to take another quick break here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Come back and take a little closer look at Labette County and the opponents here for the Bulldogs and some of the State Farm Codiano keys to the game as well.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144. For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Ryan Hilmer, Bryce Kessler back here in Baldwin getting y'all set for the opening round of Sub-State, the 13-7 Bulldogs. This is the 13th straight season they've had 10-plus wins. They're going to host the Labette County Grizzlies, come in at 9-11, a team that Bryce mentioned. They've been pretty good in modern or recent history, 17.5 wins a season they've averaged over the last 8 years, so a bit of a downtick from that. But you mentioned a pretty solid foundation this program has had in recent history, and we look at this particular team, it all kind of starts with their point guard. It's going to be number 10, Caton O'Brien. That's really the person that's going to be the go-to player offensively, who Baldwin's going to have to focus on defensively. And she moves well without the ball, Bryce, and so you're not only going to have to be aware while she has the ball, but when she doesn't as well.
Yeah, a lot of their success goes through O'Brien, and she leads the team in scoring and leads the team in assists. So in other words, whether she's directly scoring or indirectly creating the scoring, she has a hand in a lot of the offense for Labette County, a team that doesn't score a ton of points. They average right around 42 points per game, and O'Brien scoring 12 and a half of those with a couple of assists per game. She's a really good point guard who is going to get a heavy dose of tight on-ball defense tonight, and that's the big goal for the Bulldogs, I'm sure, in this game, and they have done a good job this year defending opposing point guards with that feistiness of those two guards up front with Bailey Smith and Chloe Neufeld. So O'Brien's certainly the key. You have to make sure that you make her work, and she's going to score points, she's going to do things well, but you make her less efficient. I guess that would be the way I would put it. You try to make her less efficient in the games because she's going to take plenty of attempts. She has about twice as many field goal attempts this year as any other player on the team, and she's going to get her shots up. Similarly to Carly Neufeld on the Baldwin side, where Carly's going to get her shots up. It comes down to how efficient is she and how much can you make her work. And in this case, they're going to have to really make O'Brien work the entire game, both ends of the floor, tire her out, and take her away a little bit.
Yeah, you mentioned she's going to be the focal point, averaging 12.6 points per game, 2 assists to lead the way, and also 2.5 steals, but also going to be backed up by a sophomore, 5'8" sophomore, number 23, Landry O'Brien's the second leading scorer, averages 6 points per game, so that's a significant drop-off there from the top to the second scorer. That's 12 to 6 points, and you mentioned they only average around 40 points per game, so they're going to want to try to slow the pace of this game down a little bit. Baldwin's not really a team that plays excessively fast either, but they try to get you turned over. They try to get out in transition and get some easy baskets, and I think that's going to be a big key tonight is 14.5 steals in wins is what Baldwin is averaging, 6 steals a game in losses, so that's one of the big keys for them is getting those easy buckets.
Yeah, I think both these teams in that regard play a little bit kind of a similar style there. They both could be a little helter-skelter at times, and they're both going to press. I'm expecting, anyway, Labette County to play a full-court press in this game, and I certainly expect Baldwin to, as we've seen most of the year. So both teams are going to try to turn the other over. Both teams have had their moments where they've fallen victim of the turnovers. I think overall Baldwin has been better this year at taking care of the ball than Labette County, so that probably plays to Baldwin's advantage, but it's going to come down probably to which team can handle the pressure better in this game. And if one side does a better job and has 8-10 fewer turnovers, that's probably the team that comes out with the victory tonight, and that very easily could be either side.
All right, should be a fun one tonight. We're going to take another quick break, come back with the Codiano State Farm Insurance game plan for tonight, and then get you the starting lineups and opening tip. It's all coming up next here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Back here in Baldwin, getting you set for the opening round of Sub-State. Baldwin hosting Labette County. Indy also hosting Eudora tonight, and that's going to have a lot to do with where the game's played at on Saturday, the championship game. If Eudora and Baldwin both win, Baldwin will be at home on Saturday at 6 p.m., but obviously got to take care of business tonight, and part of taking care of that business is going to be in our keys to the game, our Codiano State Farm game plan. Number one, Bryce, make life tough for O'Brien. That task is going to be on Bailey Smith, Chloe Neufeld. Like you mentioned earlier, they're going to have to really frustrate O'Brien. They're going to have to play that tight defense that we've become accustomed to watching, especially Bailey Smith just hampering everyone up and down the floor. That's going to be key number one to me. And then key number two is controlling the runs. Just bit of a helter-skelter style from each of these teams. You mentioned that as well. But if Baldwin can come out, get a good start, control the runs, and get some turnovers and some easy buckets in their favor, I think they should have a good chance tonight.
Yeah, for both sides, you don't want to compound problems when those runs start to happen. That's what happens when the turnovers, right? Then that turns that 4-point spurt into an 8-10-point spurt, and you feel like you're trying to get it all back at once, and you compound the problem. So just control that. Basketball is a game of runs. They're naturally going to happen, but you don't want to let that 6-7-0 run turn into a 13-14-point run. That's what's going to hurt you in a game like this between two teams that I do feel like are matched up well. I think Baldwin a little more efficient than Labette County, so Baldwin the advantage in that regard, but going to have to play well. This will not be an easy contest.
Yeah, absolutely. And for what it's worth, Baldwin this year 0-6 against teams that finished with a better record than them, 13-1 against teams with a worse record. Labette County has a worse record than Baldwin. So
yeah, both these teams in that regard, Ryan, have kind of, as they say, done what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
They've beaten the teams that you'd say on paper they're supposed to, and they haven't won many of the games where you might go into it saying, well, this would be an upset if they do it. So we'll see if that holds true, and Baldwin likes their chances then.
Tonight's game plan brought to you by your local State Farm Insurance agent, Codiano. Stop by for a cup of coffee and meet the team over at State Farm Insurance. Cody would love to get to know you and find out how he can help you protect the people and things you value most. Whether it's updating a current policy or you're looking to switch to something brand new, go see Codiano at State Farm Insurance, 208 Baker Street in Baldwin City, or call 785-594-0270 and online at codyismyagent.com. Take a quick break, be back with the starting lineups, then opening tip. You've been watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Hey, where are you going? Can't get by me. I'm number one in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number one. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Ryan Hilmer, Bryce Kessler back here live in Baldwin from the Doghouse. Bulldogs getting set to host the Labette County Grizzlies. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups for each of your teams. For Baldwin, it's going to look pretty similar the way it has most of the year. Marin Frost going to be out there, a 5'6" senior, alongside 5'7" senior number 2 Carly Neufeld, the leading scorer at just under 14 points per game. Emma Kate Lang, the 5'7" senior, will be out there along with the 5'10" junior number 12 Alyssa Reichert, averaging 10 points, 6 rebounds, and just under 2 assists per game. She's really stepped the game up this year. And also number 32 Bailey Smith, the 5'3" junior, and that's going to round it out for Baldwin. For Labette County, number 10 Kaiten O'Brien, number 11 Nevaeh Jones, number 14 Audrey Dewey, number 24 Shelby Wilson, and number 34 Ridley Lynn Cherney. So Baldwin comes in 13-7, lost their game last Friday night. First, let's bring you the Lumberyard Arts Center. The starting lineup is brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look right now on the screen, their upcoming lineup. Don't miss out on all these great events, live music, arts and crafts, unique experiences, youth and adult classes, and so much more. Learn more at lumberyardartscenter.org. Create, play, innovate at your creative home in Baldwin City, the Lumberyard Arts Center. Getting you all set for the opening tip-off as well. The opening tip brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission. Get ready for the Shamrock Hunt, Bryce. Instead of one, there's 4 rocks to hunt for this year, and each rock is worth $300. You may find the Fool's Gold rocks as well, but don't worry, those are worth prizes as well, just not the cash. Make sure to follow BCRC social media for all the clues. The Shamrock Hunt begins at noon on March 13th, so don't miss out. Go to baldwinrec.org for more information. Baldwin 13-7, lost last Friday night, but have won their 5 of their last 6. Labette County, on the other hand, 9-11. Coming in, haven't won or lost more than 2 consecutive games at any point this year. As you mentioned a little earlier, Bryce, they're similar to Baldwin in the fact they've been pretty consistent. They've beaten the teams that they're supposed to beat, and have been 2-9 against teams under 500, and in fact 6-2 against teams above 500, or other way around. But
yep.
you get my point. So should be a fun matchup tonight, Baldwin and Labette County.
And both teams obviously going to hope to get off to a good start. And again, I expect both teams to play fast, both teams to press. So who can take care of the ball, who can settle in early on, going to be off to a big advantage in this one.
First possession to the Grizzlies. Baldwin starts out man-to-man defense, and an early turnover here as Riker takes it and brings it up the floor herself with her left hand. Carly Neufeld spinning in the lane, flips it up, no good, but Emma K. Lang battles for the offensive rebound and then turns it over on a pass out to Reichert.
We've talked about a lot of the matchups in this game. The one we really didn't talk about is Lang against Lynn Cherney. And honestly, that may be the biggest individual key matchup in this game. 2 players that have very similar styles. Both are undersized post players, but both very active, a lot of energy, and that could end up being a critical matchup, so we'll keep an eye on those 2.
Here's Lynn Cherney in the corner. She finds Wilson up top. She'll let it fly and connects. First 2 of the game, that was a 2. The Grizzlies take the early lead, and another early turnover for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 2 tough turnovers for Lang. The first one, obviously just a hustle play, offensive rebound, ran out of room. That time looked like she got bumped a little bit and was kind of losing her balance. So dead ball turnovers, certainly better than live ball turnovers in a game like this, but certainly don't want to have too many of either.
Dewey driving with the left hand. Nice defense from Frost, cuts her off. Here's Lynn Cherney at the elbow now. Three no good off the mark, but an offensive rebound for Labette County. It's Lynn Cherney in there, gets it blocked from Reichard. And a turnover.
And that's what Lynn Cherney does best, is get on the glass. Averages over 7 rebounds a game. She can get into some foul trouble, though. She's fouled out of 6 games this season for Labette County. So you're looking at just under a third of their games she's fouled out on. And that's why I think that matchup with her and Emma Kate Lang tonight could be key. The Bulldogs have featured the ball going into Lang, working the ball into her out of the post a little bit more here in the back half of the season. And perhaps they can use that to get her into some foul trouble.
Carly Neufeld tries her first three, no good. Emma Kay Lang working hard, gets the offensive board. Baldwin will recycle.
Already 2 offensive boards now for Lang, and that's just what she does. She is relentless on the offensive glass.
First 3 of the game dropped in.
And then Bailey Smith starts knocking down threes for you as well. Those are kind of like bonus points. She's not a girl that's going to make a ton of outside shots, so getting that 3 early from her, not only going to be big for her confidence, but big for this team's offensive boost.
Labette County answers right back with the 2 of their own. Ooh, Reichard gets it to go, and a chance and 1 at the line.
That strong finish there, and taking that bump and able to still get that ball up. And there's that first foul on Lynn Cherney, as we talked about. So, again, she's found herself into foul trouble multiple times this year, Ryan, and both getting the ball inside the Lang and then also with Reichard's ability to drive, 2 avenues that they can try and put Lynn Cherney into some foul trouble. And if you are able to get her on the bench, that's the leading rebounder that's going to have to come off if you get her on the bench. So that's one. Let's see if they can get another one on her in this quarter.
Yeah, officials came together there, had a bit of a discussion whether to count that basket or not, and they will. Reichard misses the free throw. So 5-4 lead early on for the Bulldogs, just 2.5 minutes played. Grizzlies, a pretty patient team offensively, not going to score a ton of points, but a 3 here is attempted and put through from Shelby Wilson. She's got an early 5 points.
Now, Bailey Smith is as expected on that matchup with their point guard, Kaiten O'Brien, their best offensive player early on, and really limiting her ability to touch the ball, but some of the other Grizzly guards making up for it with some outside shots already.
The turnover from Carly Neufeld. The Grizzlies will bring it back the other way. There's O'Brien going to let a 3 fly. That's off the mark. Another offensive rebound, though. That comes down to Wilson. Here's Kaiten O'Brien, the 5'5" junior. On the way from Shelby O'Brien, no good. A strong rebound, Marin Frost.
Frost coming off a season high, 8 rebounds in the game against Bonner Springs, so good to see her active on the glass again to start tonight.
Neufeld gets it knocked away, and it looks like it might have gone off of her knee and out of bounds. The 4th Baldwin turnover already. Checking in is Carly Toot. Emma K. Lang going to take a seat. Nevaeh Jones working on Chloe Neufeld. Now Carly will pick up O'Brien. Jones a right-handed drive and a floater, no good. Reichard the rebound. Chloe pushing it hard the other way. She goes in for a left-handed lay-in. Nobody stopped her.
Now you said it, Ryan. Nobody stopped her. She has been a distributor more than a scorer, has Chloe. But if nobody's going to pick up the ball and force her to pick it up and pass it off, that's a good job. Just going ahead and taking it right on in and finishing confidently.
Timeout called by the Grizzlies. Give me a chance to tell you about our presenting sponsor. If I can find it. There it is, Baldwin Sports Live, presented by you-know-who, Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Shad and Penny Sheldon, natives of Goodland, Kansas, home of the Cowboys, Bryce.
Right.
And now your Baldwin City area brokers for the past 10 years. Experts in selling rural homes, farms, ranches, and recreational real estate. They've built several successful businesses and manage their own farm and hunting lodge and want to use their expertise to help you in finding your dream property or family legacy. Call them today, 785-821-2666, or visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more. 7-7, the early tie here. It's been a back and forth start. Landry O'Brien, the sophomore, has it now, guarded by Neufeld. She gets a nice right-handed drive, gets all the way to the bucket.
And it's been Landry O'Brien who has been more of the focal point early on in this game because of the fact that Baldwin's really just denying that ball to get to Caton O'Brien, and Landry O'Brien doing a good job filling that void.
Carly Neufeld a little short on the floater. Labette County comes back the other way. Was Addison Rexwinkle, the 5'5" junior that's checked into the game on the defensive rebound.
Not a terribly big team, Labette County, similarly to Baldwin, so that's good. Baldwin has had some trouble sometimes with the teams that have that extra size on them, so a good matchup in that regard, and so far Baldwin's done a good job on the glass because of that.
A nice cut to the basket and the lay-in from Landry O'Brien. Chloe had it taken away, but yeah, a steal. Got raked across the arm. Foul's going to go on Caton O'Brien. First personal, second team foul. As Carly Neufeld and Alyssa Reichard check out of the game. Emma Kay Lang back in. Bailey Smith also back in. See the Grizzlies setting up in a 2-3 zone. Baldwin going to have to work that ball around. We saw the boys last night. They won their game 69-41, and they were hit with a 2-3 zone and worked their way around it nicely. There's another turnover and a lay-in the other way for the Grizzlies.
And those are the turnovers you have to avoid. They've had now, 5 turnovers in this game, but the majority have been dead ball turnovers. You can survive those. When you turn it over, live ball, steal out near midcourt, there's just nothing your defense can do to make up for it.
Marin Frost trying her first three from the left corner, and that's in.
And that's what's going to have to take, Ryan, as you mentioned in that zone. Unless you can make some outside shots, Labette County's not going to feel threatened to get out of that zone. So a big shot there by Marin.
It's an open mid-range jumper, no good, off the mark, and the rebound's going to go out of bounds to Baldwin.
And a good job by Carly Toot right there. You know, every rebound you don't necessarily have to be able to grab. Sometimes the best part about rebounding is just positioning and making sure that the other team can't grab the rebound, and that's what Carly did well right there.
.130 left here in the first quarter. Baldwin trails it by 3. Neufeld has it now up top with the left-handed dribble. Gets it to Frost, who just knocked in the first 3 of the game for Baldwin. She's going to get called for a travel. 6th turnover already for the Bulldogs.
And a team that averages only about 13 a game does Baldwin, so halfway there and not even a full quarter play. Going to have to settle that down a little bit. Can't continue to turn it over at this clip and expect to stay in this game.
O'Brien finding Rexwinkle, who tries one. That's no good. Nice strong rebound again, Marin Frost. Up ahead, here's Carly Neufeld getting to the cup. No good. Battle in there. Reichard's got an offensive board, and another turnover and a foul.
Well, not a bad foul, though, by Chloe. Stops that fast break chance for Labette County. Give yourself a chance to set your defense, but the turnover number getting a little too high here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, just a little sloppy right now for Baldwin on that offensive end of the floor.
And some of that's credit to Labette County. They're a team that, again, they play that way a lot like Baldwin. They rely on their defense to create offense, and that's what they've done so far in this game. So it's obviously nothing that Baldwin hasn't seen yet this year, but taking a little longer than they'd like to settle in.
The 2 up and in from Caton O'Brien. 5-point deficit as Frost is going to try another 3 from about that same spot. This one's no good. Rebound come down to Nevaeh Jones.
Yeah, good look again for Marin. And right now, this one we talked about of controlling those runs. Here's kind of that moment here, this final 30 seconds, trying to make sure this lead doesn't creep out too far for Labette County.
Jones trying to create with the dribble. She thought about a shot. Now needs a little bit of help. Finds Lynn Cherney. She's going to try to drive on Emma K. Lang. Nice dump off look, no good. Rebounds batted out. Here comes Carly Neufeld. Not going to be able to get a shot off, so Baldwin's going to go into the break after one. It's trailing by 5 here to Labette County. You're watching Bulldog basketball on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Back here in Baldwin City, Ryan Hilmer, Bryce Kessler. Baldwin trails it by 5 after one. Start of the second quarter begins right now.
And the story of that first quarter, Ryan, turnovers. 7 of them for Baldwin in 8 minutes of basketball.
Ooh. Nice mid-range pull-up, Jay, there from Carly Neufeld, her first 2 of the game.
As good of a three-point shooter as Carly is, and she's up there over 35% on the year. That may be her best shot, that little 15-foot mid-range pull-up. And when she commits to taking that shot, she knocks him down at a pretty deadly clip.
There's a 3 from the corner. It's Nevaeh Jones knocking it down. Nice find from Caton O'Brien.
And they've already hit a couple now, Ryan. They're only a 23% three-point shooting team. That's not really their game necessarily, but they've been able to knock down a couple early threes in this ball game. And Baldwin, with those turnovers, still only down 2 possessions. So they just got to settle back in here now in this second quarter and limit those turnovers. And like Neufeld did last possession, knock down a few shots, and they'll be right back in this.
See, the Grizzlies like to extend that zone out a little bit further than you're used to seeing a lot of teams. Creates some driving angles. Baldwin have to take advantage. Instead of 3 here from the corner, and Carly Neufeld knocks another one in. She's got 5 quick ones.
Isn't that the way it goes, though, for a shooter? You knock down that first shot, and then, okay, now it's game time. And she knocked down that little mid-range jumper, gets the confidence to hit that big, deep 3.
Backdoor cut from Jones, flips it up. That's off the mark. She comes back into play. And we're going to have a jump ball here. Possession arrow going to keep it with the Grizzlies. Triggered into Lynn Cherney. Finds Wilson. She's already knocked down a 3. Now Landry O'Brien, a right-handed drive. She gets fouled. A hard fall from, who was that in there? Reichert. Yeah, and hopefully she's all right.
Yeah, hopped right back up. Certainly echoed the floorboards here inside the doghouse, but she appears okay. Kind of laughed right there with one of her teammates about the fall.
Not a very nice birthday gift.
No, it was Riker Grossner's birthday. I said Riker's birthday. You thought I said Reichert. My bad.
I did.
No, it was Riker Grossner on the boys team. His
I
18th birthday today. I don't know when Alyssa's birthday is.
Yeah.
Don't have that intel.
Either way, we got cupcakes, Bryce, and that's what matters.
That's right.
Here's O'Brien. Landry O'Brien has it up top, guarded by Carly Neufeld. Kicks it out. Nice find in the corner. Another three-point attempt just off the mark, and rebounds batted around down to Marin Frost, and on the run. Marin out to Bailey Smith, now gets it back. Good ball movement, but one too many passes perhaps. Lang got it back. Smith gets fouled inside. She'll have a chance from the line.
That's a good job just staying active. Even when the play breaks down, just don't give up on it. Keep moving. And Bailey Smith, nice basket cut there, and the ball just kind of flipped up into her hands. And she's off to a good start in this game again. And she's a quiet contributor on the offensive end. Does not score a ton of points, but already has knocked down a 3 in this game. But just plays like that, keeping plays alive. She's always good for an offensive rebounder too, even though she's only 5'3". She just is very active and creates extra opportunities in the offensive end.
Yeah, Bailey on the year, 47% free throw shooter, but knocks down the first shot. Second one off the back iron. Quickly up ahead to Caton O'Brien. Layup just a little too strong. Carly Neufeld, the rebound. Just few too many helter-skelter possessions, it feels like right now for both teams, really.
Yeah, and that's again, both teams kind of feed into that for each other. So you have to understand the moments when you keep pushing it, and then those moments in a game with this kind of style where you have to let the game breathe a little bit and slow it down.
O'Brien off the mark, but Lynn Cherney doing what she does with the offensive board in there. Out of bounds is going to stay here.
Yeah, Lynn Cherney reminds me so much of Emma Kate Lang. Those two players are very similar, and getting them matched up together in this game, it's a fun matchup. We've already seen them both make an impact on the offensive glass.
Landry O'Brien, right-handed drive, kicks it out. Now in the corner with Jones. Dangerous pass there. Chloe Neufeld almost came up with a steal and a run out. Then another dangerous bounce pass. This one's going to get turned over. It's the third turnover for Labette County.
So see, just like that, we talk about sometimes you just have to let the game breathe a little bit, and it felt like that was a moment where you just got to keep attacking because they got a little extended after the deflection by Chloe Neufeld, but it just wasn't there, and it's just a forced play after a possession that just felt out of sync the whole time.
Carly tries another three from the corner, no good, but an offensive board down to the Dogs. See that pressure defense from Labette County. They really come out and pressure the ball handlers up top, and a little too much pressure that time as Landry O'Brien's called for a reach-in.
Yeah, they've gotten away a couple of times with some of that little incidental bumping contact that's created some turnovers, so now they're just going to continue to push that envelope a little bit and say, how much can we get away with until they start calling us for it. So you can't fault them for that, but that's going to come down to how the officials decide to call this the rest of the way.
Carly off the mark. Back come the Grizzlies.
And in that same token, if it is going to be a little looser and they're going to get away with a little more, if you're Baldwin or Labette County in that case, just going to have to be really strong with the basketball. Understand that there's going to be some contact and you have to really secure the ball.
A 3-second violation called on Lynn Cherney. That's the fourth turnover for the Grizzlies. Baldwin making a little run at it now, only down by 2.
And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they haven't turned the ball over nearly as much in this second quarter, you know. So now they're getting extra shots up there, and you don't have to shoot as high a percentage if you're getting more volume up there. But when you turn it over 7 times in an 8-minute quarter, you just don't have the volume of shots to score.
Carly gets trapped in the corner, finds her sister Chloe for 3, and that's good. 5 points for Chloe to go along with 5 from Carly. Here's Jones the other way trying to answer. She gets fouled going up. She's going to have 2 from the line. Nevaeh Jones, the third leading scorer, just over 6 points per game. 4 times she's been in double digits, but none in the last 8 games. Knocks that one down for her 4th point.
That first foul there on Carly Neufeld, and that's an important thing for her to stay out of foul trouble. And the stats show it throughout the year. When she's in foul trouble, the team struggles a lot more. They need their leading scorer and their creator out there on the floor.
Frost finds Neufeld. A blocking foul is going to be called. on the floor, so a baseline out of bounds. 5th team foul, still one more to give. That one's going to be on Audrey Dewey. First personal. Baldwin a chance to take the lead back here, trail it by 1, and another turnover there. Just the second of the second quarter, though. Spin move from O'Brien, tries to get in, no good, rebounds tapped around. Carly Neufeld's going to bring it quickly the other way. Carly with the right, can't connect. I like the pace that they're getting out with, though, and trying to beat Labette County down the floor and stay aggressive.
Yeah, if you can score without having to go into the half-court offense, that's been the MO for Baldwin all year. They would much rather score in transition or in that secondary transition as opposed to having to do it against that 2-3 zone in the half court.
There's Dewey up top. Finds Jones, guarded by Chloe Neufeld. Nice job cutting off every single dribble penetration drive. Emma K. Lang doing a nice job battling down there with Allie Martin. Jones with the right hand, it's flipped up and in. Carly Neufeld, another mid-range jumper, that's off the mark. Couple straight misses, now Baldwin trailing by 3. Really need to buckle down defensively. Interesting stat for me, Bryce. Baldwin 12-0 when they lead at half, 1-7 when they don't.
Yeah, they've been a team, and most teams are better, obviously, playing from a lead. But a lot of that comes down to the fact that the style they want to play, and if you're playing in the lead, you can speed teams up. But if you're trying to chase points, it's harder to speed teams up. And so when you're coming from behind, that just makes you have to execute more in the half court.
Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. If you're looking for a great job with a growing family-owned company right here in Baldwin City, then check out Rice Precision Manufacturing. They are actively looking to fill positions for skilled CNC machinists and CNC operators. Excellent pay, competitive benefit packages, a climate-controlled work environment, and friendly support staff dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Send an email to jobs@riceprecision.com to schedule an interview today. Baldwin still trail it by 3 here. Don't go anywhere at the half. We have the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime report coming up. We'll try to get some scores from around the sub-state regionals going on. We got Independence hosting Eudora tonight at the same time. That has an impact on what's going to happen come Saturday when the sub-state championship game's played. But right now we got a game on our hands here. Nice hustle from Bailey Smith. She comes back, gets a steal, and we're out and running. Marin Frost inside, no good. Riker tipped it around. I think she's going to get called over the back. She will. Nice effort on the offensive glass, though. We've seen Baldwin a number of times really attacking that. That's going to be something they're going to have to do, is try to maximize the amount of possessions in this game, Bryce.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And right now they've done a good job getting the boards, just have not been able to convert. And credit Labette County right there on what could have easily been a run-out easy layup for the Bulldogs. They got 3 defenders back on that and made it tough and forced the stop.
Reichert comes up with a steal, and Baldwin a chance to get a little closer, even tie with the 3. Ooh, nice find from Reichert. Chloe Neufeld missed the layup. Now she battles for the ball, is going to get called for a foul. Can't fault the effort from Chloe.
Now may have caught an elbow there as well on the side of the face. So let's hope that Chloe's all right. She's certainly shaken up after that contact there.
Yeah, that's not an exchange Chloe's going to be looking back on very fondly. You miss the layup, you get called for a foul, and then you get whacked in the face all in one go. Hopefully she's all right. Her sister will check back in along with Emma Kate Lang. Reichert checks out as well. Second personal foul on Neufeld. There's Landry O'Brien driving in, tried to scoop it up, but she'll have 2 from the line. Labette County, they've been aggressive trying to get to the basket and forcing Baldwin into a lot of fouls. That's team foul number 6, first on Emma K. Lang.
Yeah, they've done a good job of breaking that full court pressure, and what's happening that is they've got the Baldwin guards in chase mode once they get into the half court, and then that puts them in a vulnerable spot where the post players then coming up, setting those picks, and it puts that defender, in Baldwin's case, their post defenders in a predicament because they got a guard coming at them full steam ahead and trying to help off where they're not really in a good position then because of that, and it's creating a reach in. They'd be better suited right now sliding over and trying to take a charge right now as opposed to hacking in there and trying to knock the ball free.
2 for 2 from Landry O'Brien. She's got 6 points tonight in the first half. Under a minute to play. 5-point Grizzlies lead. Frost a floater, and that's good. It's a big bucket there. Now Baldwin needs a stop, and depending on how quickly the Grizzlies want to go here, Baldwin could get the ball back. They're going to go quick with it. Jones is going to miss a 3 short. Reichard's got the rebound. Here comes Bailey Smith with it. Emma K. Lang gets triple teamed inside. And a foul is going to be called. That's just the 6th team foul, so a baseline out of bounds with 26.8 remaining in half number 1. It's the 2nd foul on Ridley Lynn Cherney, though.
And they got an early one on her, and she's done a good job playing without another foul up until that point, and a good decision here by Coach Vollmer. Get her out. Don't want her to pick up a third in this final 30 seconds of the half.
Neufeld's got it on the wing. She finds Frost. She's open. She's going to let it fly. That's off the mark, but Reichard has an offensive rebound. Frost let it fly again. That's no good. Rebound down to the Grizzlies, and Labette County is going to have a chance to extend their 3-point lead just before the half. Kaiten O'Brien driving baseline. She kicks it to Landry O'Brien, and she drills a 3. 9 first half points from Landry O'Brien. And Baldwin find themselves in a 6-point deficit going into the half. Coming up next, the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, so don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog basketball here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Back here in Baldwin where the Bulldogs find themselves trailing 21-27. This is the halftime show brought to you by your Farm Bureau Financial Services agent in Baldwin City, Kelly Neufeld. There to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. So Bryce wrapped up the first half. It was a bit of a helter-skelter first quarter, especially for Baldwin. 7 first-quarter turnovers. They finished the first half with 9 unofficial turnovers, so did a much better job keeping the ball, and they got much more shot attempts and better looks at things, but couldn't get a lot of their looks to fall. And on the other end, Labette County is being aggressive. They're trying to get the ball inside, and they've knocked down a couple of threes, 3 threes in that first half from Labette County, so they're getting it done on that end of the floor. What's Baldwin have to do to get back in this thing?
Yeah, I mean, as they say, basketball's about getting stops and making shots, right? And Baldwin got stopped too many times early in this game with the turnover bug in that first quarter, and then they just didn't make shots in the second quarter. I don't know that you change anything really other than you say, well, don't turn the ball over as much, but that's obvious. I mean, the girls know they can't turn it over 7 times a quarter moving forward, and you're right, they did improve in that second quarter. Then it comes down to you just have to start making some shots, and they had good looks. They missed some layups. They had some open shots from the three-point line. They just weren't dropping. So I don't know that you really change anything other than perhaps you try to get Reichert getting downhill a little bit more. She got that early and one opportunity, missed the free throw, but got to the line, made that layup. And that's really about the only time we've seen her get to the basket. And that's because Labette County, they're sitting back in that 2-3 zone. They're trying to take that obviously away, but perhaps trying to get something more going towards the basket with Reichert or Neufeld, and maybe that'd be the only change you try to adjust to on the offensive end. But honestly, I think you just keep doing what you're doing and just hope that a few more shots fall and then get a couple of stops. I mean, it's a 6-point game here. It's anybody's game. We expected this one to be close throughout, and ultimately what we thought it would come down to is who could take care of the ball better and who could just make some clutch shots. And right now, Labette County, they've knocked down more shots in that first half. That's where they lead by 6.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job from the line, 2-4 from the line. Baldwin, they've missed a couple of free throws. Baldwin they did make 4 threes in that first half, but just not enough going on other than that, really. They haven't been consistent enough, put enough consistent offensive possessions together. So for me, they're going to have to put 3 or 4 consecutive possessions together, offense and defense, and then come out in this first half, get right back in this thing. You don't want to leave this too late to get back into this thing. You got a 6-point deficit coming out to start the second half, so got to get right into it. We'll take a break here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Come back and take a look at all the numbers from the first half for both of these teams in this one. 27-21, Labette County leads Baldwin here tonight. You're watching Bulldog basketball on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Back here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Time to check the numbers, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City, where they'll help you confidently tackle tax season, even highly specific situations. They'll help make sense of it all and meet your critical business needs with minimal investment, timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. Not a whole lot of scoring to tell you about in that first half, but it was pretty balanced. 5 points from 3 girls from Baldwin, 5 from Marin Frost. She did knock down that 1-3. 5 from Carly Neufeld, who also knocked down a 3, and then 5 from Chloe Neufeld, who also knocked down a 3. Alyssa Reichert added 2, 4 rebounds, and Bailey Smith knocked down a 3 as well. She had 4 points, 1 3, and 1 free throw. Other than that, not a whole lot coming on the offensive end for Baldwin. So really, we talked about that 50-55 point mark is where they were looking to get to, because teams that score that against Labette County, they usually come out on top, but it's going to have to be a heck of a second half effort if Baldwin wants to get to that number. For Labette County, the scoring numbers look like this. They were led by Nevaeh Jones, number 11, the 5'7 junior. She had 7 points. Actually, they were led by number 23, Landry O'Brien. She had 9, hit 1 3. Nevaeh Jones also hit a 3 for those 7. And Kaiten O'Brien, who we mentioned might be the vocal point for the Grizzlies coming in. Baldwin did a pretty nice job against her, only 6 points for her. And then Shelby Wilson knocked down a 3, added 5 points in that first half. So it all adds up to a 27-21 point lead. Grizzlies lead the Bulldogs here. We'll take another break, come back, and get you all set for the second half of action. Baldwin got a little bit of work to do in the second half. They want to keep their postseason hopes alive. You're watching Bulldog basketball here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Back here on Baldwin Sports Live. Bulldogs trail it by 6 here after the first half. Let's take a look now at our upcoming schedule here on Baldwin Sports Live. You can find our upcoming broadcast schedule in the Baldwin City Community Newspaper, your local weekly newspaper with the latest news, opinions, sports, ads, and more. Subscribe for just $5 a month and stay up to date with the latest local news from the Baldwin City Community Newspaper. Stop by downtown at the Nook, 703 8th Street. To subscribe. Local weekly news, just $5 a month. So you see there up on the screen our upcoming broadcast Friday at 7. The pregame show comes on the air at 6:45. Holton at Baldwin for a sub-state title and a chance to go to Salina in the Class 4A state tournament. So should be a fun one on Friday night. Don't forget to tune in, even come out and support the boys team. It was a fun game last night, and so looking forward to that one.
Yeah, they played really well. Baldwin did last night. If they can bottle up that performance and continue to put together that type of performance the rest of the way throughout however long this postseason run goes, they're going to be playing several more postseason games.
So here we go. Baldwin with a little bit of work to do. Trail it by 6. Start the second half with a deflection out of bounds.
Now, I think it's important for Baldwin to come out and score here in a couple of these first few possessions of this second half, just because it was a lot of work to try and score in that first half. So from a confidence perspective, just see a few baskets go through early and avoid the turnovers.
Carly Neufeld driving in, kicks to Reichard. Trying to move around this 2-3 zone from the Grizzlies, but instead come up with the turnover. It's number 10 of the game. When you're already trying to climb yourself out of a deficit, Bryce, that's not the way you want to come out and start the second half.
And it's been a pretty physical game. They're letting them play on the catch and on-ball defense, and so that's just the adjustment. You just got to understand. You've got to, really go to the ball. You've got to grab it with 2 hands, expect there to be contact, and you just got to get a little more physical in this one.
Yeah, you mentioned it's been a pretty physical game. Reichard once again takes another hard tumble to the floor. Thankfully, she's as tough as they come. She's all right. Foul was called on Shelby Wilson, the 5'9" senior for the Grizzlies. That's her second personal, first team foul here in the second half.
Good to see Chloe Neufeld back on the floor for the Bulldogs. Took that shot, that elbow late in that first half, but she's been very effective when she's been out there here.
A floater no good from the baseline from Carly Neufeld. And Labette County looking to add to their lead, but instead turn it over and give it right back to the Bulldogs. It's turnover number 7 of the game for Labette County.
Now both teams have had their troubles at times, and it kind of alternated quarters. It was the first quarter that Baldwin struggled a little bit more. Second quarter is when Labette County struggled a little bit more with their turnovers. So it's kind of been a wash in that category. And right now, Labette County is just making more shots.
Neufeld trying to create from the top. Nice crossover dribble. Tries the floater, no good. Once again, no offensive rebound. Quickly up the other way. Lynn Cherney's got ahead of the defense. She gets it back and gets shoved to the floor. See who they get that foul on. It's going to be Marin Frost. It's going to be her second personal foul. This game's getting pretty physical, though, on each end of the floor. Caden O'Brien driving, finds a alley in and banks one in. Deficit grows a little bit larger now, 8 points. Baldwin has to start putting together some good offensive possessions. Foul there. Chloe Neufeld got raked across the arm. That's one avenue in, is just to stay aggressive, try to pile up some fouls and try to get to the foul line.
Yeah, I would like to see him continue to drive the ball, and especially with Reichert. She only has 2 points so far tonight, and here she goes. This is where they need to go, I think, is get Reichert downhill and try to create some points with her. 10-point per game scorer for the Bulldogs this year.
There's a shot miss from Landry O'Brien. Rebound down to Reichert, and the Bulldogs will look to push. Frost finds herself open from the left wing. That's just short. Once again, one and done, coming back the other way. Ooh, this could be a jump ball. It's going to stay right here. That was a near turnover. Timeout going to be taken. Give me a chance to tell you that Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by the Bullpen. Check out Wildcat Wednesday specials. Enjoy karaoke Thursdays, live entertainment on many Friday and Saturday nights, and no Sunday football anymore, but stay tuned. We got some March Madness on the way. Can't wait for that. Check them out on Facebook at Bullpen Baldwin City, open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. and Sundays 10 to 8. Your locally owned sports bar with the classic ballpark food in downtown Baldwin City. Right now, Bryce, everything just feels difficult for Baldwin offensively. Where do they need to go to just try and get some rhythm right now? For me, it's always starts on the defensive end. You try to get those turnovers and get some easy baskets to get your rhythm going. But right now, Labette County doing a nice job taking care of the ball. Only 7 turnovers the whole game. So Baldwin got to try to find something.
Yeah, I'll get to your question here in a second, Ryan. I want to give a shout out to that young man right there. That is your 11th state champion wrestler in Baldwin High School history, Jack Harvey. Young man just won a state wrestling title this past week, so wanted to give him a shout out while we had a chance here coming out of this timeout. But as far as Baldwin goes, and you talk about things coming hard on the offensive end, you're right, and that's part because we talked about it's becoming a little bit of a physical game, so it makes finishing tougher, and especially if the outside shots aren't going to go down, and they knock down a few early threes, but haven't knocked down enough of them to threaten Labette County out of that zone defense. And as long as they continue to miss shots for the outside, Labette County is just going to continue to pack it in and make you try to finish through contact.
Second personal foul on Emma Kate Lang sends Landry O'Brien to the line. She's now into double digits. 3 of 3 from the stripe.
And they got 3 minutes now, Baldwin, to start this second half without scoring. Obviously, that was not the game plan. That was not what they wanted to happen to come out here in this second half. But you're getting into that danger zone where you need to start answering before this lead gets built up too big for Labette County, as you're looking at right now a 10-point deficit.
11 points leading the way for the Grizzlies from Landry O'Brien, the sophomore. Here's Chloe Neufeld driving baseline. Finds Frost. She needs a 3. This one won't drop as well. Reichert, nice effort, but rebounds out of bounds to the Grizzlies.
And when they get that dribble penetration like that, there needs to be some more basket cuts from players off of the ball, because that's when the defense, that zone defense, their attention is drawn to that driver, and they're not going to see you then cutting through there and creating some of those opportunities. Right now they're all just hanging out around the perimeter waiting for that kick-out pass, which that's fine. You can have somebody spotted up outside, but got to get somebody going to the basket as well and try to get some open layups.
Yeah, O'Brien short on a 3. Emma Kate Lang, her 3rd rebound. Chloe Neufeld almost traveled, got away with it. Now Carly Neufeld's going to try a 3. It's off the mark, no good. Baldwin really desperately needs some of these shots to start falling.
And they're not in a mode where they have to continue to chuck threes right now. If it's an open 3, and that was a good shot, nothing wrong with it, but you need a bucket. You need to see that ball get through that hoop. So maybe getting inside, get to the free throw line, create some confidence that way.
Wilson airballs a 3. Frost bringing it the other way. 2-on-1 opportunity. Chloe Neufeld, left-handed lay-in, no good, but she'll go to the line for 2.
So here we go. A chance at the line now. Maybe get some points, your first points of the second half. Good job, good pass there by Frost, setting it up for Chloe to get this chance to score. And the 3rd foul, by the way, on Lynn Cherney as well. So not a dangerous foul yet with 3 midway through the 3rd quarter, but now she'll have to start thinking about it a little bit.
First one rolls off for Chloe. Baldwin now just 1 of 4 from the line. Chloe's a 62% free throw shooter on the year.
So Lynn Cherney just checked out now, and so perhaps now's their opportunity to, again, create some penetration and then make some basket cuts, get on the offensive glass as well. Unfortunately, Alyssa gets tied up. The Bulldogs will keep it on the arrow, but now's your moment maybe to make that run with Lynn Cherney not in there to clean things up on the inside.
Yeah, nice offensive rebound that time. 3rd of the game for Alyssa Reichert. She checks out of the game as Carly Toot replaces her. Carly Neufeld trying to make something happen. Finds Toot at the free throw line. Can't connect. Baldwin still scoreless here in the second half.
And the other thing you don't want to do, and they haven't yet, is start not shooting the ball. When it's not going, sometimes you'll then get hesitant and you'll decide, well, it's not my night. I can't make it. I'm not going to shoot it. You can't do that. You just have to continue to take good shots. That was a great shot right there, wide open 15-footer. If they don't fall, they don't fall, but they're certainly not going to fall if you stop taking them. So they got to continue to just stay aggressive, keep putting up good shots.
Another jump ball kept the possession right here. Caden O'Brien's got it now and finds Shelby Wilson, who's had a nice game. Here's O'Brien back with it in the corner. Landry O'Brien driving with the right hand. She flips it up, no good. Crawled out of there. Chloe Neufeld, the rebound, got knocked out of bounds, but possession stays with the Bulldogs.
More contact in there. That's a play where you got a collision and players end up on the floor, and no call could have been called either way. I did like the fact that instead of reaching in and trying to knock the ball free, Emma Kate attempted to draw the charge, and I guess it worked out in the end. No call, ended up in a missed shot.
Got a stoppage, an official timeout. I thought there might have been some blood or something on the floor. They were pointing at the floor, looking and investigating.
I think it was just where Lang had fallen down. There was some sweat there on the floor that they wanted to get cleaned up so nobody slipped.
Reach-in foul here on Caden O'Brien. Her second personal foul. 4th team foul now, so creeping towards that bonus. Got to stay aggressive if you're the Bulldogs. Chloe finds Carly. She was open for a moment. Now she takes the 3 from the corner. That's off the mark again. Here come the Grizzlies on the break. O'Brien dribbles it back out. Finds Caden O'Brien, the junior. She's going to get fouled. A blocking foul going to be called on Bailey Smith.
A good decision by Landry O'Brien, only a sophomore, but made a very upperclassman type play right there, and not attacking, didn't have the numbers. And of course, when you're in the lead, as they are, there's no reason to force anything. So it was a good decision to pull that ball back out and keep this possession going for the Grizzlies.
Right-handed drive from Landry O'Brien. She gets fouled across the arm. Will have 2 from the line. Foul's going to go on Chloe Neufeld. That'll be number 3. O'Brien made all 4 free throw attempts so far, make it 5. Got 12 points tonight. 71% free throw shooter on the year. It's just the 3rd game this season she's scored in double digits. Second one drops as well. Now 1 point shy of a career high is Landry O'Brien. Meanwhile, Reichert gets trapped, turns it over, and back come the Grizzlies, but not before a foul called on Marin Frost. Things going from bad to worse, it seems like.
Well, the frustration is certainly starting to build right now for Baldwin, and down a dozen. They have not scored. We've played almost 6 minutes of this second half, and Baldwin hasn't scored. We talked in our State Farm Insurance game plan, Ryan, about controlling the runs. This doesn't really feel like a big run from Labette County because it's been extended out over such a long time as far as game time goes, but it's become a big run going back to that 3 that they hit to end that first half, and now up into this second half. It's a 9-0 run by the Grizzlies, even though it's taken about 7 minutes to do it.
Shelby Wilson gets a couple of points in the paint there. She's got 7 tonight, and that lead extends out to 14. A timeout from Coach Eric Toot. He's going to have to rally the troops as Baldwin down 21-35 here. Some work to do. Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Shad and Penny Sheldon, natives of Goodland, Kansas. Now your Baldwin City area brokers for the past 10 years. Experts in selling rural homes, farms, ranches, recreational real estate. They've got you covered. Built several successful businesses and manage their own farm and hunting lodge. Want to use their expertise to help you in finding your dream property or family legacy. Call them today, 785-821-2666, or visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more.
The goal now, get this thing back under 10. You got 1 minute and 51 seconds left. You're down 14. Just from a psychological standpoint, Ryan, you want to go into that fourth quarter without facing a double-digit deficit. Even if it's just 9 compared to 11, it just sounds so much different to say, hey, we're only down 9, as opposed to saying, man, we're down 11, right? 2-point difference, but psychologically there's a big difference between being double digits and being single digits. So that's the goal if you're Baldwin. You're not going to get all 14 back, most likely, in 1 minute 51, but you certainly can get 5 back at this point, get this down to single digits.
Yeah, you got to use that timeout as just kind of a reset. Take away everything that's happened so far in the second half. You know you haven't scored yet, but from this point on, you got to play Bulldog basketball like we've been accustomed to seeing. Somebody's going to have to take it upon themselves to make a play, make some shots. Reichert's got it. Now Bailey Smith in the corner. She finds Carly. This really needs to go. Just short again. Rebound, Caton O'Brien.
And see, once again, when Carly made that drive, everybody was standing still. All 4 Bulldog players were all 2 feet planted on the ground in their spots. You've got to make basket cuts without the ball in that situation. That's when you're going to get the openings, because the defense, their attention is attracted to that ball driver.
Nevaeh Jones, an open 3 from the top of the key. No good. Offensive board down. That's Addison Rexwinkle. Now a floater in the lane. That's no good from O'Brien. Now another offensive rebound. It's battled for. Everybody's getting a hand in there. Jump ball is going to give it to Baldwin.
Now, Baldwin wins the possession, but it hardly felt like a one possession right there with the effort by Labette County a couple of times on the offensive glass. And so that's bred out of frustration as well. When things aren't going well on the offensive end, Baldwin can't let that carry over to the defensive end, because as badly as they need to score right now, they really got to buckle down on the defensive end as well, because they can't continue. You can't trade buckets at this point in time.
35 seconds to play, third quarter. Baldwin yet to score here in the second half, looking to change that. Reichert's got it in the lane with the left hand, puts it up and in.
So there you go. See, there was the basket cut by Reichert. Even though that wasn't necessarily a drive by Frost, it was the attention was on Frost, who were able to get inside that zone defense by making a cut to the basket and getting some points.
Now just 8 seconds left and counting. Labette County's going to have the last shot of the quarter. Jones has it, a right-handed drive. Runner in the lane, no good. That's not going to count either way, so Baldwin find themselves trailing by 12 here, going to the fourth quarter. Work to do here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Fourth quarter time from Baldwin. Bulldogs trail by a dozen. Looking to get back into this thing.
It's not ideal, but it's not out of the question to make a 12-point comeback in the quarter. It's within reason, so Baldwin has to get off to a good start here in this fourth quarter. That is paramount.
Carly Neufield's going to be called for a reach-in foul. That's the 6th team foul, so no more fouls to give. Second personal on Carly. Nobody really in foul trouble outside Chloe Neufeld and Marin Frost have 3, but nobody with 4 on either team.
And we'll see how Labette County decides to play this from a strategy standpoint. They're a team that doesn't necessarily play slowly, but now with a 12-point lead here in the fourth quarter, what does their offense look like? Do they maybe get a little too stagnant and hurt themselves?
O'Brien missed it. We're coming back the other way here. Riker's going to get called for a travel. That's a big call. And an unfortunate one for the Bulldogs. 13 turnovers. It's been a few too many tonight.
Yeah, the turnovers haven't really hurt them over the last couple of quarters. It was a lot of those came in that first quarter, but that was, perhaps their moment when they could have made their run to get out to a lead, and instead the turnovers kept them from doing that. Now they're having to chase.
Reichard's bringing it quickly back the other way. Carly Neufeld getting inside, missed the lay-in, really needed that one to drop.
That's just how the night has gone, hasn't it, Ryan? Just a lot of lay-ins or layups have missed, and they've had a lot of open shots from the field that have just not dropped for them tonight.
Sometimes that's basketball, but here we go. Alyssa Reichard, she's got a 1-on-2, got Carly Neufeld coming behind her. She gets fouled. And I think will have a chance from the line. Yeah, it looks like they're going to give her 2. Fouls the third personal on Landry O'Brien, who's leading the way for Labette County, 13 points.
Baldwin's done a great job limiting the touches for Kaiten O'Brien tonight. We talked about that in the open, make life tough for her, and they've done that. But credit to the supporting cast, and Landry O'Brien especially. She has been big time for Labette County in this game, picking up some of that offense that Baldwin has made sure Kaiten O'Brien hasn't been able to produce.
Reichard 1 of 2 from the line. Now trail it by 11. Labette County still attacking right off the bat. Got a foul called. We'll see on who. It's going to be on Labette County. That's just going to be the 6th team foul, so no free throws yet. Will be the rest of the way. There's kind of a scrum in there, but ultimately Shelby Wilson gets called for her 3rd personal. Starting to be now or never time for the Bulldogs. 2-3 zone has kind of hampered their offense all day. Here's Emma K. Lane getting a rare touch. She's in the paint, tried to turn around, got deflected. Bailey Smith will try to create. Chloe Smith, this three needs to drop, and it does. Second three from Chloe. She's got 8 tonight, and that draws it to single digits. Baldwin now trail it by 8.
And this may be the first time that the freshman Chloe Neufeld's made multiple threes in a game this year. She has not been a big-time three-point shooter for them, but boy, did they ever need something to drop, and better yet that it was a three-point shot. And, you know, there's still plenty of time here. 5:45, down only by 8. There's a lot of time left to make this comeback complete. Has to start somewhere, and perhaps we'll look back at that shot from Chloe and say that was the point.
And that could be a big foul right there, because that's the 4th personal foul on Chloe, and you don't want her to go out of this game. Reichert, meanwhile, gets shoved to the floor, and that's going to mean free throws on the other end. She'll have a 1-on-1 opportunity.
And Labette County crowd did not like that call, and they were thinking that Reichert kind of just had her feet get tangled up and tripped. And, you know, as physical as this game has been, there have been now a couple of fouls here in this 4th quarter that have been calls that maybe they got away with earlier in the game, and that could be tough as players to have to adjust then. But Baldwin has to take advantage of the opportunity here.
Too strong on the front end. Emma Kate Lang battled for the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds to Labette County. So just an 8-point deficit, though. It is single digits now. Got to continue to see how many stops you can get in a row. Wilson's got it left side, finds Caton O'Brien. There's Bailey Smith on her like glue. Caton O'Brien gets it back, left-handed shot, no good. She gets fouled. She'll go back to the line, her first trip to the line, I should say. It's Bailey Smith's 2nd personal foul. 8th team foul now. Both shots up and in from O'Brien. She's now in double digits. 15th time this season she's scored double digits. Marin Frost open. She decides to drive it with the right hand. Going to get fouled and have a couple from the line. Baldwin needs to start knocking these down, though.
Yeah, and that's, you talk about the free throw line. Labette County came into this game. They were only a 57% free throw shooting team on the year, and they have done that. They have come in and knocked down their free throws. Baldwin also, they're a 58% team on the year, and they have played more to that percentage in this game at the free throw line. And anytime you play close games, that free throw line is either going to hurt you or really hurt you, or help you or really hurt you. And tonight it's doing more of the hurt for Baldwin.
Yeah, actually, I got Labette County at 10 of 11 from the line.
That's, I mean, that's excellent.
Pretty good. Both shots no good from Frost. Rebound down to the Grizzlies.
And especially when offense from the field has been so hard to come by, they've left a ton of opportunities out there at that free throw line.
Ooh, Lynn Cherney, yeah, gonna get called for a travel there, changed pivot feet. It's only turnover number 9 of the game. So a 10-point Baldwin deficit, just under 5 minutes to play. Where do they go for offense? Got Reichert at the high post. They get it to her. Tries to go to that left hand, got shut down. Carly's going to try a 3. Just off the mark. Bailey Smith, an offensive rebound. And McKay Lang going to try a turnaround off the glass, no good. Dewey a rebound. Baldwin getting some decent looks at it. Things just not dropping. Lynn Cherney gets it inside and lays it in. It's her first 2 points of the game, but she has been a factor on the glass. Baldwin now trail it by a dozen. Reichert going to get called for an offensive foul. Things looking bleak for the Bulldogs if they don't turn it around here pretty quick. Only the second foul on Reichard. 9th team foul, so double bonus from here on out. For Labette County, obviously not here for a player control. And now a steal. Carly Neufeld's got it. She's driving in, gets fouled. Got to start chipping away.
Well, your best free throw shooter's going to the line. So hopefully she can maybe buck the trend of what's been a tough free throw shooting night for the Bulldogs. It'll be her first trip to the line, but the rest of the squad has not had a great night here at the Charity Stripe.
2 of 10 is what I got them at. 3 of 11 now. Sixth point there from Carly Neufeld. Drops in the second as well. Timeout going to be called here by the Grizzlies. Baldwin still trail it by 10 here. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by The Bullpen, your locally owned sports bar located in downtown Baldwin City. They're open 11 a.m. through 2 a.m. Monday through Saturday and 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. A perfect place to go before, during, or after the game. Follow on Facebook at Bullpen Baldwin City for all the latest happenings at your local sports bar, The Bullpen. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company here in Baldwin City that services many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. With state-of-the-art machine tools and a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits, it's the perfect place to start your next career. Find out more by emailing jobs@riceprecision.com. So 3:49 to go, Bryce. 10-point deficit for Baldwin. They've been doing a little bit better, getting some better looks on offense, but still just not getting enough shots to drop, and that can be pretty frustrating.
Yeah, that can be just basketball sometimes. Yep. You could take the right shots. They might just not drop for you. But first and foremost here in this final 3:49, they have to commit to playing defense, because it doesn't matter. Even if the shots do start falling for the Bulldogs, if they don't get stops at this point, it won't matter. With 3:49 to go, chasing 10 points, I mean, that just from a number of possessions you have left in this ball game standpoint, they can't afford to give up many more points to Labette County.
Going to get a foul called there. Almost got a tie-up from Bailey Smith. But they're going to get Carly Neufeld with the foul. Third personal. Now that's 10, so double bonus time. 2 shots.
And the other thing then on the offensive end, again, we talk about first and foremost get stops. But then on the offensive end, don't take bad shots, but at the same time, you can't take too much time before you get your shot up at this point in time, because you need possessions right now. 3:44 to go. You're down 11 at least, might be 12. You can't pass the ball around 30 seconds before you get the shot up. You're going to have to make one pass, make one drive, one kick, and get the shots up.
9 points tonight from Nevaeh Jones. It's got the lead up to 12 for the Grizzlies. Reichard coming back the other way, trying to make something happen, turns it over. Labette County turns it right back over, so playing into Baldwin's hands a little bit, not just taking some time off the clock.
Yeah, they are, and I think they probably feel a little bit better about doing that because of the fact that Baldwin just can't buy a bucket on the offensive end. So they're right now not feeling too threatened by that push by Baldwin coming back the other way. If Baldwin can knock down a couple of shots here, I guarantee you things are going to tighten up a little bit for Labette County on their end.
We've seen games just turn on a dime, so Marion Frost loses that one. It's going to be a tie-up, so it'll stay here with Baldwin. But you knock down a couple of shots and things all of a sudden start to get a little nervy.
Yeah, you hit a 3, you get a steal, you hit another 3, and all of a sudden it's a 6-point game. You know, I mean, it certainly can happen at this point in time, and that's why I say Baldwin, they've got to just continue to shoot the ball. There you go.
Carly, a big 3 from up top, and that's huge. So that puts it to single digits. Carly Neufeld is now got 10. Yeah, sorry, Bryce.
No, I was just going to say, and that's exactly what you have to do. That was a shot that was taken with the confidence of being 6 out of 9 from the game right now, and she's far from that. The team is far from that, but that's the way you have to approach it right now offensively. You can't think about the fact that, well, we just haven't made shots, so I'm going to pass up this one and maybe somebody else can make a shot. No, you have to approach it from the fact that I'm going to make every shot I take from this point on, and if you start to get hot and you make a few, you got a chance. But if you don't, if you miss them anyway, you're not going to come back, and if you don't take the shots, you're not going to come back. So great job there by Carly. Confident stroke, and now, again, we talked about it. A 3, a steal, a 3. Maybe it was a little forecast for what might come here. Let's see if they can get the steal and knock down another one.
Yeah, for a team you mentioned not exactly coming in the greatest free throw shooting team. They've been good tonight, but you got to start hoping for the law of averages a little bit.
Sure.
Come back down. They do get it in bounds here. It's Landry O'Brien who's led the way with 13 points for the Grizzlies. Tried to bounce one into Lynn Cherney, and it's going to be turned over going the other way. So turnover starting to pile up a little bit here late for Labette County.
Yep, and the pressure's starting to pile up a little bit as well. You know, they're the ones trying to close out the upset on the road. First round of the playoffs here. They've been playing with the lead all night long, and that big shot by Carly, even just the one shot, it just created a little bit more buzz in this gymnasium right now. And if they can get another bucket here, then you're really going to start thinking, okay, we can get this job done.
Carly thought about taking a 3 from the right corner. Instead, has it up top with Reichard. They've shut off that left hand from Reichard. Carly got it knocked away. Frost is on the floor trying to corral it. It's going to be a jump ball going the other way. A tough break. That time, Carly just got it knocked away as she tried to drive it in with her left hand. Bailey Smith back in for defense as the Chloe Neufeld checks out. Chloe's got 4 fouls, so.
And as long as Labette County continues to play fast and not take the air out of the ball, don't foul. Let them continue to push the pace and give you more possessions. But as soon as they start looking like they're going to start pulling the ball away and taking the air out, to me, you got to start fouling right away, even though there's 2 minutes left.
Landry O'Brien missed a wide open lay-in, and then's going to get called for an over the back. It's either her or Wilson that's going to get it. It's actually Wilson. That's going to be her 4th.
And you get 2 shots now.
Yep.
That's perfect. And again, don't foul right now because they're continuing to push the pace and they're getting shots up quick. So if you're Baldwin, do exactly that. Keep playing defense, but at the first sign of them saying, okay, let's go 4 corners and get this thing pulled back out, that's when you got to start fouling if you're Baldwin. And again, hope you just start making some shots, and making the free throws will help, but the clock stopped.
There you go, 61% free throw shooter on the year, Marin Frost. She knocks down the first. Got 6 points tonight. This is the second. Reichard had a chance at the rebound. It was knocked away, came down to Wilson. Pretty good pressure in the backcourt here as Reichard tried to get a foul. No call, and now it looks like Labette County is going to pull it out.
Yeah, so now they're going into that stall mode. So now's when I'm going to give the foul. There you go. Good job by Alyssa.
She gives that. It's going to be her 3rd personal.
You know, there's no reason to wait until this clock gets down underneath a minute or anything like that. There's no rule that says you have to wait to a certain point to start your foul. You want to extend this game as long as possible. And even though they've made their free throws at a very high clip tonight, credit Labette County for that, the numbers on the season suggest that's not who they are, that they're going to miss some free throws, especially with the pressure now on them. So try and get as many extra possessions out of this final 148 as you can.
And there you go. The second miss from the free throw line of the night for Labette County. Second one through for O'Brien. Lead back out to 9.
On this end, you need to work quick. Don't take bad shots, but you got to get shots up quick.
Lang turning around, up and under off the glass. Emma Cates' first 2 points of the game makes it a 7-point deficit, and a timeout from Eric Toot. We'll take it with them here. You're watching Bulldog basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Baldwin trying to make a comeback here. They've got it to 7. 1:32 remaining in this one. Opening round, the semifinals, the sub-state. Winner of this will play the winner of Independence and Eudora on Saturday. Ooh, knocked away. Emma K. Lane comes up with it. Now Baldwin coming the other way. Reichard's got it with the left. Ooh, tried to find Carly Neufeld, and that's a turnover. Reichard's going to take down. It's like Nevaeh Jones. She'll go back to the line.
Yeah, tough there for Reichard. Just lost her footing, it looked like, creating that turnover. But there was a whole different energy about the Bulldogs going into that last timeout after they're starting to make this little push. And, you know, they're within striking distance here. 7-point game, 1:17 to go. And all of a sudden, they're starting to get a little confidence.
Jones missing the first free throw.
You just hope it's not too little too late type of a situation for Baldwin.
Second one rolling around and through. She's 5 of 7 from the line. Now she's in double digits. 3 girls in double digits for Labette County. Kaiten O'Brien, Nevaeh Jones, and Landry O'Brien. 1:10 to go. Baldwin trails it by 8.
Doesn't have to be a 3 if you're Baldwin, just needs to be something quick.
Smith triggers it in. Marin Frost got it down on the block. A lot of contact, no call. Now Jones has a run out. She thought about pulling it out. She takes it to the rim, gets fouled anyway. 2 shots coming.
I believe that's 5 on Chloe as well. Oh, no, they called it on Carly.
It's 4 on Carly, though, so either one of the Neufelds foul again, and they're going to be done. Jones 5 of 7 from the line tonight. They're starting to miss some. Like you mentioned earlier, it might be a little too late. Here's Marin Frost, a 3 from the right wing, and that's good. A lifeline, perhaps, from the Bulldogs as they now trail it by 6. And a quick timeout from Eric Toot.
They're just still hanging in there, still keeping those chances alive. They've knocked down a few key shots here in this fourth quarter. And again, as you mentioned a little bit ago, Labette County has started to miss a couple of free throws, so there is still some light at the end of the tunnel. The only problem is that was your last timeout if you're Baldwin, so you're going to have to run this final 49 seconds without the ability to stop this game. That means also every time you make a shot, more time's going to run off that clock. So even though you're only down 6, you're pretty much at that point now where you've got to almost score every time you have the basketball at this point. You still aren't forced to have to go for threes, you know, at 6 points, depending on what happens if you don't create a turnover here and you end up fouling them. We'll see where that lead stands after the free throws, but got to try to force a turnover. You don't have to foul immediately. You can try to get that trap, get a steal right away, but as soon as this ball at least gets across half court, you got to foul.
So remember, both Carly
There you go. Sorry, I got excited, right?
Oh, yeah, almost. I was looking down, and it looks like.
Yeah, they threw it away,
Yeah,
so
right.
Baldwin's got it back.
was about to say Carly, Chloe, and Alyssa all have 4 fouls, so you got to be careful who commits the foul, but don't have to worry about that anymore. They got to back off the turnover.
Yeah, and that's when you're going to be fouling, that gives you the opportunity to sub offense for defense.
Triggered into Chloe. Oh, she gets tied up. It'll stay here with Baldwin. That's been some of the physical defense being played all night by the Grizzlies. They've done a good job. A program that's been to the state tournament 7 of the last 9 years. Carly's going to try another one. Deep 3. No good, but Reichert an offensive board. That's off the glass. No good. The foul is going to be called on Emma Kate Lang. It's just number 3. Now with 41 seconds, a 6-point deficit, you got to start hoping for a lot of misses from the line.
Yeah, and outside of obviously not scoring there, Baldwin wanted to and needed to score there, but perfect scenario of fouling Lynn Churning off that rebound. A, no more time comes off, and then B, she's only a 38% free throw shooter.
No good on the first. Got a box out here, be ready for the miss. Reichert and Lang down low. Second off the mark as well. Frost come down with the rebound. Baldwin's got to attack. Chloe's got it back to Carly. Runner in the lane off the glass, no good. Somebody's going to have to foul.
Yeah, they needed to foul Lynn Churney, and now foul her. There you go.
There you go. That was.
Oh, they got a timeout, actually.
Yep. So another timeout. That's going to be second to last, I believe. Yeah, one timeout left for Labette County, but Baldwin, they've stayed in this thing, made a game of it. They trailed by 6 at the half. That got extended in the third quarter, I should say. Baldwin only scored 2 points in that third quarter, but have made a bit of a game of it here late. Trail it by 6, but it's not completely over yet, Bryce.
Yeah, the game had one big run in it, and even though, again, it was an extended run from a time standpoint when Baldwin was so cold there in that third quarter, and that's the difference right now in the game, was that one big run in a game that is usually made up of runs. This one hasn't had many of them, but that real cold stretch in the third quarter looks like it could end up being very costly for the Bulldogs, but got to still have a chance here, get a stop. If you got to foul right away, though, if you don't steal the inbound.
So the 4 seniors from Baldwin trying to make this not their last game. An open lay-in here from Allie Martin. They got a run out there as Baldwin was selling out for a steal. Bailey Smith drives in, flips it up. And it's going to be out of bounds to Labette County. With only 8 seconds remaining, it looks like the Grizzlies are going to come in here and pull the upset. Disappointing ending to a pretty good year for Baldwin, though. 13-7 coming in. They'll drop to 13-8. But it's been a fun season watching them play. I've enjoyed myself.
Unless they're going to change the call and give this to Baldwin now.
So Frost will try one from the corner. Off the mark, and now we'll stay right here as that rebound bounded off just about everyone for the Grizzlies. Carly will try a 3. That's off the mark, no good. And the final buzzer will sound as Labette County comes to Baldwin and upsets the Baldwin Bulldogs 46-38. And they will advance to the sub-state championship on Saturday. We'll either be at home against Eudora or at Independence, depending on who won that game against Independence and Eudora. But ultimately, the Bulldogs fall to 13-8 on the year. Labette County improves to 10-11. We'll take a break here and come back with the final numbers and wrap this thing up from Baldwin. You've been watching Bulldog basketball here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Back here in Baldwin, the girls dropped their opening round game, the sub-state, so they are eliminated from the playoffs. They dropped this one 46 to back here in Baldwin. Post-game show, Baldwin dropped this one 46-38, I should say, falling to Labette County. The Grizzlies will advance to the sub-state championship game. Let's take a look back now at some of the numbers here from the game. But first, let's take a look at our player of the game, Bryce. And it's hard. Nobody really stands out tonight. But I think I'm going to have to give the player of the game to Carly Neufeld. It's her last game. She's had a heck of a career. All the seniors on this team have had a heck of a career. But Carly Neufeld tonight had 10 points. It's her 17th game this year. And 10-plus points, averaged just under 14 a game this year is obviously a tough way to go out and end this season. But for her, Marin Frost, Emma Kate Lang, and also Carly Tudo is a heck of a senior campaign and a tough way to end it. But I've had fun this year calling their games. And what about you, Bryce?
Yeah, it's certainly a game that they're gonna look back on and say, what if, just because they just couldn't make shots tonight. It's just an unfortunate game to get to where you couldn't make shots. Carly continued to shoot them up there and has all year long, and has been a great three-point shooter and is going to take that over to Topeka and hope to knock down some threes for the Ichabods next season. So congrats to Carly Neufeld. Congrats to, as you said, this senior class, Marin Frost and Carly Toot and Emma Kate Lang among that senior class, along with Carly Neufeld on what's been a successful run. You know, they've won double-digit games every year of their careers here at the high school level, and it's going to come up short of where they wanted to finish here in this postseason, but sometimes that's just how the game goes. Sometimes you just don't make your shots. Tonight was one of those nights, and Labette County was able to make enough shots early on. They hit a couple of big shots late in that first half. That three, going into the halftime was a big shot for them. They came out and knocked down a couple of early shots in the third quarter to start that run where the Bulldogs were so cold and tough in the end, but nothing to hang their heads about their careers they put together here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that basketball can be a tough game, a game that's not very rewarding. Sometimes you come out, you pour your heart out, and when the shots aren't falling, it can be a tough game. But overall, it's been a fun year, and it's been fun calling the games. The player of the game tonight brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau Financial Services is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today and set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. Time now to take a look at the final numbers in this one. We'll wrap it up from Baldwin. Check the numbers brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City, where they'll help you confidently tackle tax season, even highly specific situations. They'll help make sense of it all and meet your critical business needs with minimal investment. Timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. Final scoring numbers for Baldwin, it was all led by Carly Neufeld with her 10 points. Like I mentioned, 17th time this season. She's been in double digits. Quite the career here from Carly Neufeld. Her fellow senior Marin Frost added 9. Alyssa Reichard, the junior, dropped in 5. Emma Kate Lang had a pair, and Bailey Smith 4. And then how about the freshman Chloe Neufeld? 8 points tonight. Has just done a lot of everything this year. This is one of your favorite stats here, 4 plus something in 17 of 20 games coming into tonight from Chloe Neufeld. So she's
another one of that now.
Yep, she's had a fun freshman year, and we look forward to seeing what she has to come here in the years to come for Labette County. The Grizzlies come away with their 10th win of the year. They'll advance to the Sub-State Championship on Saturday. They were led tonight by a couple of girls. First, Landry O'Brien had 13 points, 1 point shy of her career high. She came in averaging just 6 points per game, but a nice game from Landry O'Brien. As Kaiten O'Brien was held pretty much in check. She had 6 points in the first half, 5 in the second half, so make it 11 for her. She didn't really kill the Bulldogs like we expected coming in, but got a lot of good efforts from a lot of different girls. Nevaeh Jones, another one of those in double digits. She had 11 points. Shelby Wilson knocked down a 3, 7 points for her. Allie Martin added 2, and Ridley Lynn Cherney, who was really big on the glass and defensively for Labette County, she added a couple for Labette County as well, and they take the victory here. We haven't gotten a final from that other game. I'm not sure if Indy or Eudora has won. It doesn't really
go to Twitter here and
matter
find out. It doesn't matter for the Bulldogs.
For our fans at this point, but it matters for Labette County. If I had to guess, it will be at Independence.
Yeah, they were
Saturday.
certainly the favorite, 16-win team.
The number 3 seed. So we'll see about that one. Bryce is searching diligently on his phone.
37-29 final, Independence.
Oh, wow.
So low-scoring one.
Low-scoring game that time, or in that one. But, yeah.
2-point game going into the 4th, but Independence was up 2 going into the 4th and ended up winning it by 8, 37-29.
So there you have it. If you're interested in the girls sub-state championship game in this region, it'll be the 3 seed Independence hosting the 11 seed Labette County on Saturday. Not sure about a game time, probably around 6 or 7 p.m. on that one. But as for Baldwin, we'll have a broadcast here on Friday night. The boys back in action in their sub-state final. They'll take on Holton. So they come to town on Friday night and look to punch a ticket to Salina and the state tournament. So stay tuned for that one. As for tonight, Bryce Kessler, Ryan Hilmer, it's been a fun year broadcasting for the girls. Unfortunately, it ends in a loss here tonight, 46-38. They drop it to Labette County. But for Bryce Kessler, I'm Ryan Hilmer, wrapping things up here from the Doghouse. It's been a fun year, and we hope to see you again next year and see you on Friday night for the boys back in action. You've been watching Bulldog basketball here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.